Hey y'all, it's your girl Miss J Renee, and this is Talk That Talk on the Table. I'm your local favorite host. Today's topic is going to be very special because I have a very special guest with me tonight. Without further ado, I will bring him to the stage. No, he'll be joining me on the podcast, which you will see pre-recorded. It'll be on all social media platforms, so make sure you stay tapped in. So pop in and show out. And without further ado, can you hear me now?
Yeah, you can hear me? You good?
I can't hear you.
What?
This looks good. Oh shit! Hold on. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
I can't hear you. It's just
How about now?
really not being my friend today.
A few moments later.
My
Can you hear
my
me
thing
now?
is now is mute.
You got me now? Or
Should I go to
no?
settings?
Maybe.
Let me see. Oh please.
Here's my-
Oh my
Turn
god.
the microphone directly to you.
You can hear me though, and my volume is up. External mic. External mics aren't supported.
I don't know that.
Yeah, but I don't have
Oh, I did.
anything. I don't have anything locked up. Let me go to my regular settings. Hold on.
A few moments later.
You would think this is all set up already. Where's my settings? Oh, I can hear you.
You can hear me now?
Something happened.
I put on my headphones. I guess
Oh,
it's the
now I can't
phone.
hear you.
Oh,
It's like when
gotcha.
I went out of it. Now I can't hear you. Hold on. Oh my god, where's the settings?
Uh,
Let's get organized here. Please. Audio. Sound.
I can hear you though, just in case.
Then on your end.
I can hear and see you.
You can't see me?
I can, yeah.
Oh, you can hear me. I can hear you
Yeah,
now.
you good.
So what did
Okay.
you do on your end? You did something.
No, I mean, the whole time I had it on speaker, and then I switched to my headphones. But even then, you couldn't hear me for a little bit.
Okay. You can introduce yourself, your name, and some special things about yourself, and I don't know. You
Yeah.
can tell people your social media tags, where they could find you. Let's start on you first, and then I'll jump into the comments. The questions. Let people know
Yeah.
what you got going on. You know, what do you want to be known for or remembered from this podcast moving forward after we're done? But go ahead,
Oh,
you can take the floor, sir.
okay. Well, so first off, like I said, thank you for having me here today. It's really dope to have you reach out to me and ask if I want to be a part of what you're growing, and it's dope. So thank you.
Thank
Um,
you.
yeah. But a little bit about myself, I guess. I love writing. That's something I really take serious about myself. But that's something you you finish that sentence with what I want to be remembered for. It's a whole different thing.
Hmm.
Yeah, I want to be a writer, and I love for people to remember my writing and stuff like that. But recently, I just feel like a lot of me just wants to help people. So I
Hmm.
think that would be what I would want to be remembered for if I get to do it the way I've been thinking about it.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so overall, more things about me back in the day. Not no more. I'm an old man now. But I used to break dance
Oh
and I used to do
man.
a lot of acting. I used to
Hmm.
do free running and parkour. I used to do all that physical stuff. I even did professional roller skating. Uh,
Nice. Nice. Wait,
yeah,
hold up. Roller skating?
yeah.
I love roller skating.
Yeah, I
What
gotta
made you what made you get into that?
um honestly, skate time. A place out in Monroe is no there. It's not there any longer. But
Hmm.
um, I used to just go there and skate with some friends sometimes. And then I guess the owner was like, "Have you ever skated? But like, everyone ever taught you before?" I was like, "No, I
Uh-huh.
just be here roller skating." She's like, "Oh, you look natural." She's like, "Do you want to like try to be a skater?" And I was like, "I ain't got nothing better to do in my life right now, so yeah, why not?"
Would you ever get back into it?
I mean, I'll go for fun. Professionally, nah, that's I've reached my peak on that kind of stuff. Like I found my fun in it. It's cool to know
Hmm.
some moves. I'm not gonna lie, and it's nice once again to wrap around. Like if I ever go skating and someone needs help, it's cool to have the knowledge. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But to like want to do, and you probably have no idea what I'm talking about, but to try to attempt doing a triple axel on roller skates, I'm not doing that. It's just that's not who I am. But yeah, it was a really good time. I did figure skating, and got first place in nationals for youth. I got a
Wow.
photo of that, so in the future I can show you that. I didn't think I was gonna bring that up, so I don't
I
have that
used
on.
to watch figure skating when I was a kid. There used to be this young Asian lady. I don't remember her name, but she was so dope. I used to watch her all the time. I think she got injured though, and it was live.
Okay.
Like she did like some type of
Oh, I think
spinning.
what you're talking about. That's that
That
triple
was the
axel I
last
said
time
that Luke used to do.
it traumatized me. That was the last time I wanted to watch it. But I used to love it. My kids love it actually. So that's pretty
It's
dope.
lit.
Very
It was
dope.
like I said, it's fun. It's fun. I'll tell anyone to get into it, but to get
That's
go
okay.
pro, that'll be on if anybody is like taking it that serious. I didn't. I just had fun with it.
Hmm.
So, but yeah, that's really. I travel a lot. I used to love doing photography. I road
Hmm.
tripped the East Coast probably like 3 times
Hmm.
in my life, and I mean, yeah, I don't know what else. I'm engaged right now currently, so I am engaged. That's something important to mention.
Oh, that's
And I got
dope.
two,
Congrats.
and I
Congrats.
have three little animals of mine. I got a bunny, and I got a kitty, and I have a squirrel as well. So,
Wait, before we finish that off, let's get back to your writing. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
we talk about what?
Your writing.
Yeah, we can get into that. So currently, I just finished my first solo project when writing a script for a comedy pilot for TV. I'm currently working on my first feature.
Hmm.
Um, and I did work on a couple of scripts prior. Those are group projects. I probably have two or three scripts like those are written, but my fancy, what I like writing in is usually like thriller, comedy, or like full on like horror.
Hmm.
That's kind of like the areas that I like to write the most. Though I do venture, but I'm not someone who likes to write about like superheroes. I currently
Yeah.
feel like superheroes are played out. I'll leave that to, the bigger studios who want to run that over and over. They can have that. That's them. Um, all of them. But yeah, I've been writing for a very long time.
Hmm.
Um, I had to mold my writing, I guess, to figure out where I was supposed to be there. So, I live in Bridgeport, and those who know Bridgeport know
Hmm.
that like most writers out here are rappers. So yes,
Yeah.
I started in poetry, and then I went into rap, and I wrote some
Yeah.
music, which I thought was decent. But then I realized that's not an image. That's not who I was. I guess it was
Yeah.
just because I needed a writing space.
Yeah.
Um, then I kind of moved on from that. I tried writing books, and
Yeah.
I found I really liked it, which it's very difficult without any
Yeah.
schooling,
Yeah.
which is where I am in that. So my
Nice.
book is in
Nice.
and out. I'm in and out with my
Okay.
book. So it's
Yeah.
my first book I'm still very much working on. But
Yes.
then I realized that I wanted to get as much out as possible, and I found that like writing scripts is that. It's less detail when it comes to like the surrounding area and more detail strictly about the characters and their growth and their progress and stuff like that. And I found that's where my writing should be. So that's
Hmm.
where I am writing scripts.
Well, I'm super excited. I'm waiting patiently. We
Yeah.
spoke about your project, but I'll let you give people that taste of that. I don't want to spoil the fun, but I am definitely waiting, and I have high expectation for you. So, say if you did when you do publish and you get to that point,
Hmm.
how do you see yourself with that? Say if you wanted to will you take it further if it leads to that direction with
Yeah,
writing?
absolutely. If I had
Okay.
the ability to get into the world of the like the actual industry of writing, I
Yeah.
would absolutely love to. My idea
Okay.
of like what would be successful though is I don't need people in my face every day, So I don't need to be seen
Well,
as like
that
this.
comes with fame, John.
Well, that's what I mean. I want to be in a comfortable world of fame. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to be like that excessive fame. I don't need to be like J.K. Rowling and the whole like world that she's in right now. I don't need that. I really don't. But it would be really cool just to be a part of like really large projects, people really enjoy. It's like I don't want people to be like, oh, James Cameron version John, like oh, Avatar, whatever I'm writing. Like I don't want that high like that. I don't need that. I really just don't.
Yeah.
But at the same aspect, if someone asked me to help write some of those scenes, I
Yeah.
would have
Yeah.
fully jumped on board because I would have still got my payout, my
Yeah.
respect in what my writing can produce,
Yeah.
and at the same time, I don't have like a price tag on my head when I go outside every time. So,
Hmm.
like, that would be kind of like the world I would like to fall in when it comes to writing is being like I said, a part of big projects, but not having so many people like, I guess, on my
Right.
lawn trying to get my signature. Like, I don't need that.
I hear you.
So,
Do you have
but
any authors that inspire you to write or got you going to start writing?
yeah, so I have two artists or two writers, but I mean they're artists, but two authors um that really helped mold my writing. One
Hmm.
was Chuck Palahniuk, which by name a lot of people don't know who that is. But
Hmm.
have you ever seen the movie Fight Club?
Yes. Yes.
He wrote the original book. Like
Oh wow.
he made
I
that
think I
story.
remember the book. Okay. Okay.
So
Nice.
the whole mind twisting, like the full on come around where it's like, yo, I did not expect that at all, kind of like approach. I love that, and I like that
Hmm.
he didn't go, and I like the fact that he doesn't far stretch like the, oh, I would have never guessed that person because I only seen them once in the entire book. Like I don't like those kind of far out stories.
Yeah.
Um, he does a really good job at putting in little pieces and resurrecting that little idea until the end of the story. It's like this is the truth, and you're like, oh shit. Uh,
Silly.
Chuck Palahniuk is really good with that, and then Stephen King. He's the horror king. You know what I
Yes,
mean? You
he
can't really
is.
walk
Oh my
around that.
God, he is indeed. I think didn't he have something recent that just came out?
Honestly, I haven't been keeping up with the media because I've been trying to write my own.
Yeah.
So I can't even
I
tell you
gotta
anything
I
new
gotta
from
look
last
into
year.
that. I think he did. It was something within last year, if I'm not mistaken. But I'll we'll talk about that later. Well, yeah, he
Okay,
is the
okay.
man. He is the man of
Um,
horror.
he, I think what inspired me most about him is his consistency. The fact that he's like, he doesn't move off of the genre,
Right,
and
right.
still there's something new that he could put on paper every single time. That
Yeah,
that in itself is what I find inspiring. Of course, his
yeah,
stories are great and what he's created is great, but I don't think people realize like I mean the same concept with like Marvel and DC,
yeah.
right? Where it's like
Hmm.
the whoever's writing these superhero stories, which Stan Lee was once who was writing these things and whatnot. I know who
Right.
I shouldn't say people, but he's no longer here. So
Yeah.
now who's continuing the writing, right? Um, their whole thing is just superheroes. So the fact that they can find more ways to go down a rabbit hole and create stories, and that's very admirable. You know, what I mean that in itself is
Right.
inspiring
Yeah.
because it's difficult. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Yeah.
painters trying to paint the same version of Mona Lisa, but trying to find a different way to do it every single time.
Approach.
Yeah, a new approach or something that's inspiring. So
It is. Yeah.
Stephen King
I
had that
agree.
hold on me. So that's my two guys that I preferably like to read when I have my time to read.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Cool. Well, great things for you. I see it in the future. Definitely
thank
do.
you.
Oh, I got hair in my mouth. Yeah. All right, John, we can jump into the topics for tonight. Again, thank you for being here. I appreciate your presence. And I hope everybody enjoyed this show and enjoy your presence and what you got to bring forward today with these questions I have for you. So our
Yeah.
first topic is knowing yourself and learning from experience. Can you remember a time where you had like I don't want to say like you had to go through a tough experience. Well, normally I would feel like people go through a tower moment in their life and they come to a conclusion where they want to go into solitude and get to know themselves. Do you remember a time in your life where you came to that conclusion where you wanted to kind of just sit with yourself and understand yourself a little bit more?
So first things first, before I get into that, do know that I'm fully open to discuss the full subject what I'm about to bring up.
Okay.
Uh, so I'm fully open to like helping others understand and grow too.
Yes,
So
yes.
that time of my life where I wanted seclusion really didn't come when I wanted it. It was more of me it being placed on me. I had no
Mhm.
choice but to do it. It was toward the end portion of me being homeless.
Mhm.
So I was living in a car that did not turn on. It was
Wow.
that year that we had here, that like basically the one that the snowstorm we just had.
Yeah.
Um, it was like that. I think back in 2016 or 2015, we had like 6, 7 feet of snow. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. I was
Yes.
in a car living in that, not turned on. Huh?
Wow.
Oh, that was 2012. Thank you. So it was 2012, yeah. Um, but yeah, I was on a car, didn't turn on. I kind of basically like had to be in the back seat with all my clothes on me to keep me warm, and I was just be in my phone underneath this pile of clothes, so no one knew I was in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So kind of thing. And that's kind of where I just started to sit back and start realizing that like this is like the seclusion I'm kind of like put into that I
Right.
need to like figure stuff out. So
Mhm.
I spent a lot of my time. That was when I wrote a lot of my rap music because I was really angry. You know, that was
Yeah, I
when
was just about to ask you that. I feel like when we go through that period of time, it's always a suppression of us being angry or sad. I mean, it could be depression, it could be anything. So I don't know your story, but I'm glad you brought that up. I know I didn't fully experience homelessness, but I did, I would say, on the verge of it. So, but to really be in the act of it, I know it's a different feeling. I know people that have suffered from it. So even despite your moments of going through that, did you have the support? Did you have friends around you to kind
uh,
of encourage you or get you
I had
moving forward?
had a very few of them because at the time, um, I would for the time that I was very aware of uh like people who I can really trust and people that I'm around as acquaintances because there's leverage in that, right? And I don't mean that in a malicious way either, but obviously when you're homeless, you want to know like I don't want to be around someone who's just not gonna eat and do drugs. Like I'm already struggling. I don't need to tag onto that. But that's like how my process was. I know a lot of people have different outcomes in situations like
Mhm.
that. But um, I was just always trying to find ways to place myself in places that
Yeah.
would elevate me, opposed to bring me
Mm.
back down. So the two or three friends I had at the time, they really did help me down. They didn't tell nobody my business. I wasn't really much to ask for anything, so they respected that about me. So they didn't push nothing on me type thing.
Yeah.
But when I was with them, they didn't ask nothing. They would buy me food, hook me up with a drink. But you know, those were like my brothers, all three of them at the time. One of them has fell off since then, but the other two are very much brothers. I chill with them
Yeah.
very much. One of them, you know, we work with one of them.
Okay. That's what's up.
Well, that too.
It's very
So
rare. It's rare sometimes. I think with men is different though. I say this to say this. I feel like you guys have a better relationship and you guys cope better. I think you kind of can find more men that are loyal to the fact and they don't judge you. I mean, I'm not saying that there aren't women like that. I'm not trying to be biased, but I do feel like with men it's a little easier.
It is. Or maybe. I
Shoot
can't really
me.
say that.
Shoot, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just from
Can you,
experience.
can you hear me still?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, bet. Because my headphones just came off. I just want to make sure I didn't lose my voice with you. Um, but yeah, so that was like like my time that I was like to myself and trying to rebuild how I thought about things. Um, and a lot of it was put down on my phone. And it's funny because this is not an ad. I swear, it's just it kept me sane. It kept me sane. But there's an app called InkPad, and it links to your email. And literally, it don't matter what phone you use, or tab, or just your computer, whatever the case may be. If you just sign in, anything you've ever written is in there. So it's dope now as an adult, like 23 years later. I just go into the app and I can go back to my journal from when I was homeless back in 2012 kind of thing, see where my mind was at to, how I'm feeling now and the growth that has come from me type thing. The blessings
Yeah.
that I could say that I've gotten because it's been like real deep at those times. It was hard, to be
Yeah.
honest.
In
So
that time period, did you build a amount of self-awareness?
yeah, the the awareness was um strictly how to keep myself not seen, which is something that like a lot of people want the opposite of. Like when people are homeless, they want to be seen. Most people think we want to be seen, and yeah,
No.
we want to be seen. Want to be seen in the correct way, like a respectful way.
Right.
But if it's not in that way, trust me, much prefer just to not be seen at all.
Yeah.
So
Were you embarrassed at one point or it just didn't phase you at all? It was all about growth at that point.
it really never phased me the way people think it did. It phased me in a way where it pushed me to grow up, but it didn't phase me that I was homeless in general because I knew I had to do stuff. I mean, there was movements I had to make. I just wasn't gonna like let
Mhm.
myself fail to myself because I already had
That's
pre
right.
dreams before getting in this place of homelessness. So,
Hmm.
um, it was hard to keep those thoughts in my head. Though I'm not gonna say like, oh,
Yeah.
I skimmed through like 10 years of being homeless. Like, nah, it definitely wasn't the case at all. You know what I mean? A lot of like trespassing and running and hiding and a lot of dumb shit, like stealing food from the grocery stores, stuff that I would never like tell someone to go experience. I would never want anyone to even understand what that's like. Um, but writing really helped me get out.
Yeah.
Like I said, I wrote journals to myself that to this day probably no one has ever read, and I wrote poetry that people haven't read yet. Then I wrote music that people have heard, the angry side of me. Then sometimes I do release my poetry. I'll post it randomly, secretly somewhere. So there's not a lot of places that my writing is actually exposed, which is weird for someone who's trying to be a writer. But I think there's, I don't know, that's a part of me that I got to work on, which
Yeah.
is kind of what we're going to get into in more topics later. I know we'll talk about that. So I want to start with that
Yeah.
so people know to take self accountability.
Oh, nice. That's a good one.
So um, that's major self
Accountability.
accountability.
Yeah. We don't like
I
to
think
face ourselves.
we don't. I tell people all the
Mm.
time, I have all these writings. I think it's great. It's like, where is it? It's like, well, it's in my book in my shelf so no one can see it. You know what I mean? So, but that's me being scared. Self accountability. That's like personal growth that people got to work on type shit. But yeah, that's kind of where all my writing originated from.
Nice. So even despite that, would you say you invested more into your happiness, or like your joy, your peace wasn't taken away from that experience? Or, did it rebuild that more and more so every day?
So, at a young age, I'm gonna be like, geez, sounds so sad, but at a young age,
You talk like you're so old.
because I don't really, because it was so long ago, I'm over it. This is growth. That's growth. So,
That's growth. That's right.
but and it was long ago. It was. I'm 35 now, bro. Like,
Oh my
um,
God. You act
but
like
like,
you're 78.
I know my back feel that way. I'm telling you that. Um, but yeah, my mom would punish me a lot by taking things away from me. That was her form of punishment, right? I mean,
Hmm.
just like any other kid, sometimes you get hit. It wasn't that serious though, but
Yeah.
her main source of punishment was like, "Oh, you want to listen? Take away your Xbox. Oh, you want to listen? I'll take away your outside. Oh, you want to listen? No phone. You want to listen? I'm gonna take away this." And it'd be little stuff that would trigger her, like, I'll do
Yeah.
all the dishes but one cup, and she's like, "You ain't do the dishes. Take away my Xbox." Like, bro, I didn't. That cup need to soak. Chill. Oh, you want to talk back
Hmm.
to me? I'm gonna punish you for a week. So my whole thing was like, at a young age, I lost interest in materials and wanting things that have to come from others. Like, I got over that shit mad quick to a point where my
Yeah.
mom I'd have an empty room and all I'd
Yeah.
be doing is writing, and she found that I was with peace with that, and she took that shit away too. So then I'd work
Yeah.
out, and that would piss her off because she couldn't win over me. There was nothing else she could take.
Right.
So
Right.
at a young age, I was just not into materials. So when I got into the world of me being homeless, like the not having stuff part that would normally like
Yeah.
put someone out, I just did not give a fuck. Like, I didn't want stuff
Yeah.
anyway. Like, cause now I have to carry that shit, bro. Like, I
Right.
don't want to
Right.
carry 2 bags of clothes and like some shoes, and I don't want to do all that shit. If I can't put it in one place and let it be there until I get back, I don't fucking want it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah. I get it's
that's just it.
Is it because of the feeling of familiar? Am I saying that right? I can't say it.
What,
Familiar.
familiarity?
Oh my God.
Is that what you're trying to say?
Trying. I think my
Okay.
braces just make me sound so awkward at times. There you go. Thank you. Because I couldn't
Is it
say it. I
because it
ain't
was
gonna try to
familiar to
say
me?
it. Yeah, yeah, the feeling. Yeah, yeah.
It wasn't really anything to familiarize with, cause like when you're homeless, you don't have anything to lose.
Yeah.
While when I was at home, I had plenty to lose because anything that I had could have been taken away. So
Right,
like when you go
right.
out there and you don't have nothing, it's not really a familiar feel. It's just I am familiar with the fact that I didn't have it in the first place, and I'm here and I'm chilling, so I'm not beat up about the fact that I don't have it still. You know,
Okay. Yeah,
it
that makes
it
sense.
was like materials. I can care less about materials. Like
Right,
people would bug out if someone stole their car right now. Like I would
right.
bug out because I'm still paying for it. That's why I'm bugging out. I'm still paying for that, and now I have to like do this whole police report and act like I give a fuck. Just give me my money, give me another rental
Right.
car,
Right. Right.
let me
Right.
fucking move on, bro. Like I don't really care. So that's how I feel about materials. Nonetheless, I just value more or less like what is controllable to me. That's more of a peaceful direction that
Yeah.
I can tolerate.
Okay. Yeah.
So
So outside of that, how did you learn to invest in what was important to you, even though material things is not something that you catered to? Like, how did you invest in your own happiness outside of that?
I just made sure that I didn't sink too far in the world that I was forced to live in at the time. So
That's
that's when I
deep.
learned how to do professional roller skating.
Yeah.
Kept myself off the streets, and um, this is gonna sound like bad, but I don't. I am fully a part of like my best friend is like a part of the LGBTQ community, so I don't mean to say this word, but I went and did professional roller skating and theater at a young age because I knew guys in the streets would look at me funny and place me in that community, which would then alleviate them from wanting to be me being a part of like something negative. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hoods and gangs, they need to have masculinity and all that stuff. And when they saw me doing theater and roller skating and dancing, doing dance groups and stuff, which built me as a person. You know what I mean? I love
Right.
every
Right.
person
Right.
who I met during theater and everyone I met during roller skating, and everyone I met during my dance crews and teams. To this day, we all helped each other grow, kind of thing. But I knew I was using their weakness to keep them away from me. Basically, they wanted to be arrogant and stupid and not want to accept people for what they is. That's on them. But I knew it would keep me
Yeah.
away from them. So I did things that would make them look at me funny. And
Yeah.
that's how you stay out the hood, by not letting them want you to be there.
That's right. That's right. I can attest to that. I mean, I feel like because everybody has their own experience and they venture out to what they're aligned to, especially when they're going through difficult moments. But you're always gonna have negative naysayers. They're always gonna have opinions about something. But look, it got you in a better position in life. And you're not stuck in some hood mentality, which a lot of people do kind of stay into. I mean, don't get me wrong.
They get
I was
stuck.
one. I was one of them. So anybody that watched this, they're going, oh, shit. I
I
know,
mean,
because
we all did.
I can speak from experience. Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I
And
mean? Because I had to get
I
some money
think a
sometimes. I had to do a little side hustle. I at one time did live at a trap house. I had to do what I had to do to get out. But just like you said,
survival
you don't want to
mode.
stay there, bro.
That's that's the key though. Is coming out of that. Like don't being caught up in that mindset. That mentality can drive you into the rabbit hole. And you could go far and far, far if you keep going through that hole. But again, with your experience, it sounds like even in that solitude, you still had a great space of individuals that were able to push you, not only just with that with yourself. It sounds like you're a very strong person, um, and I admire that because a lot of people aren't that strong, and it doesn't mean that they're weak, but it just means that you just have, how do you say it? I wouldn't say tough skin, but
It's
survivor mode.
tolerance.
Yeah,
It's
for
tolerance.
sure.
And it took a long time for me to realize that people's tolerance is different, which at one point when I was younger made me insensitive to certain things. You know what I mean? But
Mhm.
I learned now.
Wow. Okay. Well, how was your mental health at that point? Like, when did you realize, like, okay, this is affecting me mentally? I need to do something about it. When was that moment? And how did you manage to kind of like handle that situation?
um, Comparison, I think, is what helped me differentiate between like my mental health and where I
Yeah.
should be and where I'm not. I
Yeah.
wouldn't say I was in a horrible mental state. Like I wasn't in any form of self harm or I wasn't. I was doing dumb things like any other young person, with drinking sometimes. Just smoking with your peoples, and sometimes you dabble in stuff you shouldn't. I tell people all the time I did coke twice. The first
Yeah.
time it came with a
Hmm.
lesson, and I won't say who it was, but they were like, "Yo, fine, I'll let you try it. I don't want
Yeah.
you to, but if you do, you
Yeah.
gotta promise to never do it again." And I was like, "All right, fine." So I did it once, and then never did it again. And then a
Yeah.
boy of mine got some, and he was like, "Oh, I want to try." And I was like, "Yo, I want to pass the same lesson on, bro. I'll do it once
Yeah.
with you, but after that, we can never do this again." He
Yeah.
did, he did, but I stuck true to it. I was trying to pass a lesson on. It failed, but you try. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? But
Yeah.
anyways,
What? Wait, before you. What's one advice you could give to someone that probably can relate to what you went through in that moment, how they can survive and come out of it? Because I know people our age, we don't normally talk about stuff like that. And I respect that you can even expose that and reveal that. But I know there are people in our age bracket that have experienced it and are very afraid to talk about it. So, like, what's one advice you could give to them to help them kind of come out of it?
So this comes with knowing who you are as an individual. You know what I mean?
Mm,
Because like
that's deep.
I can tell you guys right now, like you just heard me say, like, oh, I did a Coke once before, and then for the same lesson I gave to somebody else, someone's gonna hear that and be like, that was an excuse just for you to do it again. And that's
Right,
cool, man. Like you could think that if you want to. Like that's that's a part of the unhealthy mentality that you currently have that we hope this
right.
discussion helps you change. You know what I mean? Because um the advice I can give you is look, there's always going to be stuff that's going to be presented to you, good and bad, right?
Mhm.
And bad things, too much of bad things can be a bad thing, too much of a good thing can be a bad thing. You know what I mean? So doing too much of anything could be a bad thing or it can be great for you. But just have self-awareness. Like I know I have control over things. This is going to sound very like ego-driven. It's not. It's a thing. It's something I think everyone should be able to do with control, like self-control. But things that
Mhm.
tell you what to do,
Mhm.
don't tell me what to do. That's how I stopped smoking cigarettes.
It felt like me. Don't tell me what to do.
But I apply it to things that are harmful to me, though, not to like people who
Yeah.
are above me in profession. You
Yeah.
have to give them their respect, and if they tell you something, you got to do what they got to say, unless obviously it's something outrageous. You know, once again,
Yeah.
self-respect too. But um, I apply that to stuff that is just harmful to me. So when I was smoking cigarettes at the time, I was trying to find ways to replace it or stop smoking cigarettes or stop doing this. And I'm gonna eat this food or chew gum and all this weird stuff, bro. Until I came to a realization that this cigarette is literally telling me what the fuck to do. It is 5 degrees outside, and I gotta go outside to smoke a cigarette, bro. So you're telling me as a grown man I can't tell a cigarette no? You're out of your mind. Like it's a mental battle though. Like you
It
got to
is a
place
mental.
these.
It's a mental war.
It
Yeah.
is
Some people. Okay, because I was about to say that. I mean, we could blame it on an addiction and all we want, but it's just being like control of your mind, man. I think could be your worst enemy or your best friend for sure.
100%. So
Okay.
that's what I mean. Like if you really are looking for advice on like look, just talk about it. Like we're in a world now where like there's so much worse things going on that you telling me
Yes.
you did coke 5, 10 times is literally nothing for me to care about. Get it off your chest. Let's talk about it and let's keep it moving.
Yeah.
I see so many people talk about such weak subjects online so
Yeah.
aggressively. Not even when I say aggressive, I don't mean like hateful, but like passionately. That's the word I should use.
Yeah.
They talk so much passion into such minor, minute
Yeah.
things. And I'm like, yo, if you apply that to the right topic, and
Yes.
like we would make traction right now. We'll be floating right now.
Okay. Think
Um,
of one thing. Think of one thing that you've heard being discussed that kind of trigger that what you just said, that thought process. Like, what's one
you
thing
said
you've
what
heard
men
that?
say?
Yeah. What's one thing you can think of that you heard where they can apply that to those type of topics?
Um, honestly, all forms of like male toxicity and female
Yes.
toxicity.
Can't
I'm gonna
stand
start
it.
right there, bro.
I
I
feel like
see.
they project it so much into the universe. It's like a cycle. That's all we're gonna hear. It's a trend at this point.
And
It's
yeah,
sickening.
maybe that is the case. But like for me, all I see, and it frustrates me so much because I just see no purpose in it. All I see is someone deciding to just open their phone and their mind choice, right? Their first thought of their brain for opening their phone was to find a reason to bring someone else down. I don't care what it even is about. I don't even care what you fucking said. I've seen guys be like, how come niggas don't be on flexes like me? Who cares, bro? Why does that matter? Why does that, like, is that healing you inside to make you feel like you got $1 extra than somebody else? Are you really like healing inside as a man when you say stuff? Like, what's the purpose of you saying that?
Ego trip.
Ego trip. You got nothing
Hmm.
else. I don't mean that
Nothing to
disrespectfully, because
offer.
I'm not trying to target
I'm
nobody.
saying it disrespectfully. Nothing to offer.
Well, I'm trying not to be disrespectful because I want them to be like, if one of them stumble on this video, I want them to listen. You know what I mean? So look, no disrespect to you, but like, there's other things you could be doing and talking about. Like that's just
Yeah, I
straight up.
agree. I agree.
If
I
that,
agree.
so, but yeah, what's your next question on that?
I could go to the next question. That was good though. What's one thing that you learned now that you will want to learn sooner before?
Mm, I mean, a lot. If I could just take my brain and
I
just throw
know.
it into my 6-year-old me, no.
Tell me about it. Oh my god.
I mean, honestly, I would very much change the word of networking in
Okay.
my brain to building bonds. Because I feel like that's something we all lost at a young age, right? Like we, especially now when there's internet and media, like kids don't need to go outside. People don't really need to be outside. They can do other communication right over a phone. And but um, oh, I lost my train of thought. Why would I bring this up?
What's one lesson that you learn now that you would want to learn sooner?
Yes,
That you would have want to learn sooner.
yes. The whole thing is I would like to tell myself like, if
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna be networking, it's not just about the networking, because that's what I was doing. Was
Mm-hmm.
how do you hide yourself from looking homeless? Is
Yeah.
be in places as much as possible, everywhere.
Yeah.
Indoors though, not out there. Trash cans. Be inside, like places, so people see you're a person. But at the same time, because I was homeless, there was not really much that I would want them to know about me. So I couldn't make it a personal bond with someone who had money, can make moves, knowing that I ain't got nothing but like dirt under my boots. You know what I mean? So uh, stop networking only. Like build bonds with these people. Like start building stuff together. You can do multiple
Yeah.
things at once. It's better to put your time into 3 businesses that you might not be paid for right now because there's
Yeah.
something that you enjoy doing. Then you
Yeah.
going doing nothing for 3 years and then maybe stumbling on a job that pays you a minimum wage and they don't know who the hell you are. So guess what? You're just there.
Yeah.
You're not
I
moving.
agree. Definitely plant those seeds is important, and everything else will follow through. I think people walk into fear mostly of the time, and they're afraid of what people may think and say, and it's all about the mind, though. I mean, if you control it as much as you can and have confidence in yourself, you can achieve anything. People have to believe it, though. That's the thing. And I think a lot of times when, like addictions or certain situations, obstacles, it definitely prevents a person from seeing a lighter approach to life. But you definitely have to get through it. I mean, you're a testament to it. I'm a testament of it. I've been through hell and back. I could, if you go and listen to all my podcasts, you be like, damn, girl. But I'm glad we're able to have our, our testimonies of what we've been through and to encourage people that, it is a possibility, and there are people just like us that want to build that community, that want to build that rapport and that relationship and just, spread that awareness throughout. I feel like if we do have more topic discussions like that, especially on podcasts, just media itself, we could definitely get the word out there because there's so much negativity being thrown out there. It's so hard people to see light. It's so hard for people to be positive. God damn it. Everybody want to compete and who's better than this, who's better to talk about this. So uh
It's so funny that you brought up the word compete because that
yeah,
was a
it's
subject I wanted to
exhausting.
touch on. It's
Yeah.
actually hold on. So I'm glad you brought up like competition. Yep, competition.
Friendly competition is cool.
Yes, it is. It is. It is because
Okay.
it's controlled, right?
Okay.
But
Enlighten
but the
me.
I but the
Is it a
idea
good
of,
control?
well, yes, there's a good control. Like for example, like a good form of competition to me is a relationship that was already built, like a best friend, you and your relationship that you're with, like those are healthy competitions always. Because at this point, 10 years of me knowing you, like bro, you could do better with that. Come on, like I'm gonna show you how to do it. You know
Yeah.
for a fact that your best friend's gonna take that and receive that as bet I can do better than for real, for real. They're not just trying to troll me like some asshole on the internet, blah blah blah. So there
Hmm.
is healthy competition. But like the overall idea of like competition in general to me is very weird because like people would think that we're not a part of like an animal kingdom. We're animals too. You know what I mean? We're all
Yeah.
animals, right?
Hmm.
And we're like the only people that take competitiveness so serious, bro. There's no animals out there playing soccer, bro. There's no animals out there like there's not competition out there. What it is, it's a quick. We're gonna do this right now. I lost. You take the tribe. I gotta go somewhere else now.
Right.
Like, it's not a competition, and it's mad weird that people really gotta make everything about competition.
I feel like they make it so vital. I mean, I don't know the back end of why people take it so personal. I mean, maybe it's something traumatically they experience. I don't know. That's a great question. I want to know why people do take that stuff personally. And even if you did lose, people don't like to lose either. I think that's another thing. People like to be one. They like to be first, and that's okay. Some people don't like to be a sore loser. I've lost many times. I mean, I think in that process of me taking L's, it just taught me to kind of tweak and master what I needed to master and do better and then learn from the next experience. But people don't want to learn, they don't want to accept, and they don't want to move on from those L's. They want to hold on and keep it as a grudge and be angry and bitter and scorn.
And I find that so weird because I've done a lot of things growing up, like trying to find where my talent lies. Like to a
Yeah.
point where I even put down writing because I was like, oh, if I write this well, I could probably do something else completely fucking better. I was wrong,
Yeah.
by the way. Uh, but I tried other things though. So like I tried playing guitar, I tried playing piano, um, I tried doing singing because my cousin's in a band, so I did try to do singing. I tried writing rap music. I tried, roller skating, skateboarding. Tried snowboarding, whatever I could put my body into. You know what I mean? I tried like acting, theater, and I was an extra in the movie. That Queen Latifah movie, Get Right or Just Right or something like that, with Common
You're
in it.
famous.
No, I was an extra. I ain't have no lines or nothing. I was just in
I
the back.
Listen, if you could be an extra, it's hard to be an extra in any type of movie. I don't know how people get the how do you say it? I don't even know how people in our community get those opportunities. For me that you're famous because it's hard to get those
No,
roles.
that's not even. I appreciate the. No, but
Wait, I
but
have a
no.
question.
Huh.
When you went through that process, was it you trying to cope and find your passion, like find your way, or just escape from whatever you were going through? When you were going through those different phases of being an actor or a writer, was it to
Um,
escape or actually to actually find your passion?
it was to find who I was. Because I know people who love doing one thing, but they're really good at something else and they hate it. Like,
Very true.
um,
Very
so
true.
it was just really to find out who I was in general. Like, am I supposed to be this creative person or am I to the rules kind of person? Like, that's kind of where I started because
Yeah.
some people who are very like by the rules, like, obviously there's like really good professional bakers that can argue what I'm about to say otherwise, but like people who do cooking, you know what I mean? Like they follow rules for most part. One teaspoon of this. That's what I mean by certain kind of jobs or like
Yeah.
rule followers, like doctors. Those are rule followers. Lawyers are rule
Yeah.
followers.
Yeah.
But then you have like musicians and drawers and writers. Like there's no rules for them. They have this open creative field. So before you can even decide which side of the world you're supposed to be on, like you should um there's this one selling quote that I could never leave my brain and I apply it to everything. Um so basically what it is if you knew by the 10th no that you'll receive your big yes,
Hmm.
would you like tiptoe through those no's, or you're like, all right, let's get through these no's, and boom, now I got my
But
big
these
sale, I
notes.
got my money. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I've applied that to basically everything. Where it's like, let me try guitar, let me try to read notes, let me try to play. Put like 6, 7 months into it, and I was like, yo, I still can't read notes. I can play a few songs, but this is not who I'm. If I'm gonna be a guitarist, I want to know how to play for real. So this is not me. Boom. My
Right.
ego was gone with that because I don't know why people hold on to that stuff, bro. Like, I think people hold on to certain things because they want to impress in particular people instead of themselves. And my
Hmm.
whole goal was to impress myself because a lot of people was telling me that I didn't have anything to impress with. So it's more like
That's right.
if I have nothing to impress you with, then I'm just gonna impress who I can, which is like me. Like I can always impress myself. Even today, I haven't drawn in forever. I went to go hang out
Yeah.
with my fiance's nieces.
Hmm.
and nephews. And I drew something on a little piece of paper. I was like, I haven't drawn something in a minute, but this actually looks pretty dope. Like looks pretty cool.
Shock myself.
Yeah, a little something, you know what I mean? But whole point is like, yo, instead of being ego driven on a thing you think you should be doing, like just go out there and do stuff, bro. Just go do it. Like that's it.
Explore.
Just go explore it
Definitely.
yourself. You don't need to travel across the world. You don't need to have $1 million, bro. Like ask a friend, yo, do you have a spare guitar? I'll come to your house and use it for like 30 minutes. Like,
That's a great, I'm glad you said that because a lot of people go outside of themselves to feel like they gotta find something very spectacular that's great for them. I feel like it could be the most natural thing you've been doing all your life. And you haven't taken time to notice it because you're trying to impress. You're trying to be like somebody else. Like, definitely be yourself for sure. And it'll lead you in some different places. You'd be surprised. People will be shocked at what they're really good at. But that was a great. I like that. I like those topics. I like those questions too.
yeah, me
Let's
too.
go. Let's go into our last segment is streaming as a new investment. Now I don't know anything about streaming.
Okay.
I'm a student too. So if anybody's watching this, you're like me, you don't know shit about streaming. Excuse me. I'm with you, but I do want to learn more about the investment behind it. So, you seem like you have some type of common knowledge of it. So, first question is why streaming is becoming. Why do you think streaming is becoming a modern income and influence tool for people in the talk?
Um, I'm gonna start off with a good one and a bad one.
Okay.
Okay. So the good reason why you should invest in streaming and those kind of platforms is because they are on the rise. They are the next thing that are coming up. You got Twitch, you got Kick, you have all these other kind of streaming sites that allow people to grow, like YouTube. And honestly, like as long as you find your niche, which I feel like a lot of people don't do no more. I don't follow a lot of people on the media world,
Yeah.
and my only reason is because I like to follow people who are genuine, honest when they're online. They can be playing video games, they can be doing whatever it is, but like I like genuinity. When I'm
Yeah.
if I'm gonna be giving up my time to sit in a seat and watch you do something that I could be doing, it's because you are that dope of a person. I don't care what you're doing, you know what I mean? So I don't really follow a lot of podcasters or Twitch people. I have maybe my 10 that I do, and they're very much familiar with me because I'd be talking to them. You know what I mean? I'd be reaching out to them,
So you
and
stream.
I do stream. Not as much as I used to. I used to stream my video games during like
Okay.
COVID and stuff, and I did get a really big like following at one point, and then it got exhausting doing it because then my thought of like my thought came into play. Remember how I felt about the writing? How I don't want all these people in my face. I don't need all that. It was kind of getting there. Like I was getting
Yeah.
like 100, 150 people watching me, and
That's good.
having to. It was good. It was fun, and I don't. And I wish like I had the mentality to keep up with that kind of like
Yeah.
energy. I didn't,
Yeah.
you know.
I
So
feel like these younger kids, they just so amped up. They have
they
all the energy in the world. But that goes
they
into my
do.
next question because you did kind of like touched on it. But the best platforms and entry points for beginners, where should they start?
Ooh, this is a good one, and I feel like this it's gonna drop your jaw a little bit on this one. Any
Okay.
platform you decide to actually get into, right? I can't say which one is best because I watch more than I am involved now. I can give you what I
Yeah.
know from the past, but that's not what we're talking about right now. But um, this is gonna be a fun one, right?
uh,
How you want to approach media is how we all should have approached high school, which is go sit at all the tables. Go make friends first. Like give people the anticipation for when you decide to show your face that this is gonna be the greatest thing since like sliced cheese. You know what I mean? Like you want them to really. And I did that wrong when I first started. I went straight into streaming and thinking like, oh, as long as I play 8 hours, people are gonna roll in and eventually gonna like me and they're just gonna stay. I was wrong. That's just not how that works. Like,
okay. So
and
they should just dab in any type of genre when it comes to streaming. Is there a genre even in streaming?
Yeah, you have like their
Okay.
gamers, you have like
Okay.
ASMR, you have people who
Okay.
just like to do cosplay, people who like to just there's a lot of things people do on stream nowadays.
I've seen the cosplays.
Yeah,
They're
people
fun
do a
too.
lot of different things on stream, which is why wraps around what we spoke about before, which is like, are you that creative person? Find your niche. Once you
Yeah.
find your niche and you find where you're supposed to be at that school table, that's why I use that as an analogy, then your popularity will increase,
That's
right?
a good way to
Because
look at it. That's a
because
great way to explain it.
it is, because I could sit at the jocks table and the nerds table and the goth people's table and the
The
musicians and
guys.
the dancers and the art. I could sit at all these tables every other day, and by the
Yeah.
end of the year, the whole school will know me. And if I
Yes.
decide at the end of the year for prep rally, I'm gonna go do something. Guess what
Yeah.
everyone's gonna be doing? Waiting for me.
Yeah.
So
Facts.
so basically that whole like do your part first sounds annoying, but it's really important. You gotta just join the stream, bro. It's not that you know what I mean? Just join the stream. Hey guys, my name's this. What are y'all doing here? Oh, welcome in. I'm
Yeah.
playing this game. Like, what brought you here? Looking for new friends. Boom. Now you have everyone in the chat. Well, my name is this. So my name, and now you can make friends, and some will automatically follow you without you even having to ask.
Mhm.
And now you have someone looking forward to meeting
To
you
watching
again.
you. Right, right. Okay. 3 major character traits that you need to have, I guess, to draw in your community in streaming.
Hmm. I would definitely say trait number one: accept criticism, not disrespect.
Ooh, that's a good one. Because they be disrespectful on troll, what they call them, trolling.
Online trolls. Next thing is very much have self discipline with your reaction to people.
Mm,
So these are two like traits you should definitely be able to control of yourself. One is
okay.
differentiating between criticism and disrespect, and
Mm-hmm.
then being able to react to either or of those correctly.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And the last thing is as an honest trait is be honest, be genuine, be you. Like,
Being
don't try to
so,
do other people's things. Right? I scroll through the internet and I see it all the time. The same video pop up on the same scroll wheel,
mm-hmm.
5 videos apart. Two in all 5 different videos are all different 5 different people posting it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like
So do
me,
you feel like a new beginner needs to start alone, like on their own first, or just start sitting at them tables?
um,
How should they build up to the momentum? Because I know it's a lot of fear based. A lot of people are fearful to expose and show people who they are. So, like, how should they really approach it in the beginning stages? Like, hey, they figured out this is what I want to do. Boom. What's the next step?
so if they really feel like they know what they want to do, then full send it.
Just
Full send.
do
If
it.
you know what you want to do, full send it. And
Yeah. Be
like
like
for example,
Nike.
for example, um, before I started streaming, I was playing lots of different video games. Finally, I fell onto one, which I'm so over it now. So before anyone gets in the chat and tries to talk to us about this, no. But I picked a video game called Apex. And then I did the wrong thing first. What I'm telling you guys not to do. I went straight into streaming,
Okay.
and no one showed up. So I tried something different, which
Yeah.
did help a little bit, which
Okay.
was I I got 2 more friends, so we can always play together. So it was
Nice. Nice.
a comedy show when all 3 of us played. Either we're making fun of each other, we're winning, or cursing each other out for playing like crap. But it was entertainment nonetheless.
Okay.
That method, because we didn't know what we were doing,
Yeah.
brought in some people, but not what we were trying to do, though. Like, we wanted more people. And then you
Okay.
learn things like Discord and other platforms that allow you to talk to people directly about stuff like this. So you don't have to look like a weirdo on like Facebook, or you know what I mean? Like, hey, you guys want to play video games? It's like, no, bro, go to Discord, and that's when you got to place yourself in the right place if you're
Right.
trying to look to grow. So you want to get Discord if you're going to do Twitch or Kick or even YouTube. People like Mr. Beast. You don't think he has a Discord? He definitely does. A large one. Because that's where he
Yeah.
goes and he posts everybody. Hey, just so you know, I'm posting a new YouTube video Friday at 6 o'clock. like this comment, and I might put you in the video as a name. And guess what? All 50 million people in his Discord are gonna like that shit, which is just giving him revenue.
That's
Which
a
I'm not
good
talking down about
marketing
him,
strategy.
but that's what I mean though by putting
Yeah.
yourself in the right place to
Yes.
build what it is that you're trying to do. So like, if you're gonna do the right thing, if you find out what you really want to do, go put
Yeah.
yourself at that table. Don't try to take people away from someone's table. Like, don't do that because it ain't
That's
gonna
what's up.
work. They already are established. They eating food at that table. Go sit down and eat with them. Ask if you can be there. Let them know who you are. Just let them know what you got. Let them know what you talk about and what games you play or whatever you're trying to stream, like yourself. You're trying to do podcasts about like life and health and mental. Like, you want to put yourself around those kind of people too. You know, those are the kind of things that you want to try to do. That's what I'm gonna try to do for myself this year. I'm doing writing. I told you we spoke about it before. Some weekends I'm gonna try to go to New York, do some auditions, just so they can see me. So if it does work out or doesn't, at the end of the day, I'd be like, yo, here's my writing though. Like,
Nice, nice. Well, listen, I always thought about it. I don't think I'm a streamer, but I do enjoy watching it. I'll Twitch is I have I think it's very familiar. I go on Twitch here and there. I do tend to gravitate towards like the music genre, like the DJs, and I'll watch it for a little bit. Or what's another one I like? Kai Cenat was one big one. Everybody was
oh, of
very
course, Kaizen.
tuned. At one point, I was with the kids. I'm like, oh, this is creative. But then after he kind of, came out the limelight, I was like, okay, what else? What else do I gravitate to? But I think my genre would have to be music. I definitely like watching the DJs, stuff like that. And I think that's really cool for them because now they get to expose themselves online instead of just DJing at the clubs and the bars and stuff like that. So I feel like it's a great experience for anybody that's doing whatever they're doing. They just have to, execute and stay consistent. And it could take you some places that you never expected. So shout out to all the streamers because I can't do it.
Facts. I don't got that everyday energy, bro.
Right.
Y'all built different.
Yeah, so you think it's more of a age thing too? I mean, I feel like you gotta have a lot of time to do streaming. Like to really build that momentum, build that audience, you really have to have some type of like
To be honest, I think the
time.
age group that doesn't fall currently, like
Yeah.
as a percentage, fall into like the higher percentage of money makers on streaming would
Yeah.
probably fall between like 39, I'm sorry, 29 and like 40. And the reason why
Okay.
I say that is because young kids, you can reach out to young kids. It's easy for them, right? So you have anything under 28 and younger talking to each other about like how to be a young adult or how to be a kid in this neighborhood or let's play video games together kind of thing. Like, they have this own little world. Once we hit that like 29 to like 39, 40-year-old age, this is where we're learning to be an adult. And I feel like we really just don't have the time
Yeah.
to stop and record this shit and explain it to you. Not that I don't want you to know, but like, I'm 35 right now. There's stuff that I do, and I think it's great. And I'm like, and I tell my fiance all the time, like, I don't know why people just don't do it this way. Like, it's fucking easy, or commentary,
Right.
whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm not recording that kind of stuff. Like, but then you have people over 40. Now we're back to people who have more time because now they have to work less. They for the most part have that money saved, where they can
Very
take
true.
3 or 4 days of the week is work, and the other 3 days is family, vacation, or recording kind of thing. So
Yeah.
and then you have the older group of people, which I've seen them too. I see like this lady, her name is Sniper Grandma. She plays Call of Duty. She's a beast, but she's like 68 years old, and she's funny as hell, bro. She
You
be
gotta send
roasting
me it.
people online.
You gotta send me it. I've
She's a
never come
beast.
across. I mean, normally when I see the age bracket from 35 and up, they're like selling products.
That's because that's all the time they have. It's 10 seconds. That's all I got.
Grandma's out here like 007 and all that.
Yeah, and this other dude too. He's an ex-military dude. I forgot what his name is, and he decided
Okay. I
once he
can see that.
retired. But he's nasty in the game too, though. He's a sniper.
How old is he? 70?
Huh?
He's 70?
Oh no, I said he's a sniper. Like, he was a sniper in real life in the Marines, retired. He's like 60 now, but he's playing Call of Duty and he's nasty in the game too, yo. He'd be like, yo, watch this drop on the shot. Dude, I mean, mad far, just the bullet drop, perfect headshot. Dude's a beast.
You gotta send me this.
I
See, stuff
got you.
like that thrills me. I would love to see that, especially older people. They definitely have a lot of time in their hands. But shout outs to them. I couldn't do it. Maybe you never know. We get up to 60, we might be doing the same thing. So who knows? But John, we are past our time. I appreciate you so much for being here and being a special guest. Again, please give people your tag, your name, your tag name, your social media, info, where if they can hit you up, if they have any questions, any advice they may need, if they can reach out to you, if you want that type
Man,
of
just I'm gonna be honest with you, just my Facebook, because I mean, I have my Instagram, I have like my TikTok, but I'm not really that active on
drop
media.
it.
I just be so focused on my writing. But it's
Oh yeah,
Jonathan
can we get a can
Barahona.
we get a sneak peek before we go?
Yeah. Sure. Okay. Okay. So I'll give you what my book is about. I'll let you guys sit on that for a while. So my book is literally about what a human goes through once he is forcefully chosen to become the next Grim Reaper. So it's basically a book about life and death. That's mainly what it's about. It's not meant to be gory, but he does show how someone who would pass peacefully would look like. It shows how someone of bad intentions and a poor life kind of thing, how that would look when they go transition into hell kind of thing. And so it just fully explains what he has to do so he can become the next Grim Reaper. And I think I mentioned it to you. I'll give a short sneak peek at what I mean by that. So one of
Come
the ladies
on,
he does help pass, right?
reel them in.
And she's a very pure lady. She had to be passed away in her sleep.
Mm.
You pick up in the story of him walking into the room, and it's a nice room, nice laid out home. You can tell she's a good mom. There's a child, newborn, in the room, across the room there, in the bed, in the cradle, or what's it called? I haven't baby's the baby's bed.
The
Sorry.
cradle,
Oh, it is called cradle. Okay, so yeah, so the baby's in the cradle across the
cradle.
room. I'm a writer, Greg. I swear.
Bassinet.
No, but the baby's across the room inside of the cradle. She's in her bed sleeping, and he ends up going into her mind and putting her and him in one of her best scenarios, which is when she got married. So he's basically going through the whole marriage with her. He's redoing the ceremony, the walking down the aisle, the whole I do with her again. Beautiful background, which I would wait for y'all to read so y'all can see all the beauty in it.
I
And
can't wait.
he
I'm excited.
He convinces her though to stay in this dream, like to basically convince her not to wake up. And she agrees. So she like gives herself to life, kind of thing. So she ends up passing away there in bed. He brings her to heaven, and that's where she lives for eternity now. Is her happiest day. So then, just so you guys have an idea of how intense it's going to be when I speak about when he brings someone to hell for their misbehavior and all the other ways of whatnots. But that's basically what the book is about: is him experiencing what life really means. And as long as he does what he's supposed to do, he'll end up becoming the next Grim Reaper. And it is a trilogy, so there will be follow-up stories to him and oh yeah, who's teaching him is a female Grim Reaper. She's the first one to ever exist. It's a female Grim Reaper, so she's the one taking on him as an apprentice to teach him how to become a proper Grim Reaper. So
I like John. You're gonna be the new Stevie King.
no, stop! You're doing too much. You do too much.
Listen, I'm waiting for it. Everybody's gonna be waiting for it. Now that you put it out in the open, we're gonna be stating two for the book, right? Or
Yes,
okay,
yes.
John.
And
Well, I
just
want to
just so
say
you
I
guys
appreciate.
have it, it
Go
will be
ahead.
called The Grim Diaries.
Oh, I didn't know if you wanted to expose it. Well,
Yeah,
good.
The
Now I
Grim
can put the little
Diaries.
caption. John, how you say your name so people know?
Barahona,
Okay,
Jonathan Barahona.
Jonathan. Why have I been calling you John on this time?
Because I want people to call me John. Jonathan is when my mom's mad at me, bro.
Jonathan Barahona, everyone.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll be
I
looking forward
appreciate
to
it.
that book, sir. I appreciate you taking the time out and being a special guest for me. Until next time, this is
Till
Talk That
next
Talk
time.
Around the Table. Y'all, this is John, Jonathan, whatever you want to be called. Y'all
John.
stay tuned for that new book.
Thanks,
John,
Hev.
thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. I appreciate you for being here, man. We enjoy
Yo,
your
I
presence.
appreciate it again. Thank you so much. And good luck on your journeys too. I'll see you later.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
John Barahona, everybody. make sure y'all stay tuned for him. He has very much excited things for the near future. That book is gonna be ill. I know he wanted to go probably more deep into it, but you guys will get, you got the sneak peek. But I'm telling you, just with just the conversation and the ideal mindset he has for this book is amazing. I think he's a genius, and I think he's going to be excellent. He's going to be great in achieving that matter. So, as always, y'all, you know, I'm your favorite local host, Miss J. Renee, and this is my podcast, Talk That Talk Around the Table. As always, you better pop in and show out. I love y'all. Peace. Good night.